think we're getting right into the battles. Jellicent versus Pelipper here on the lead. Now we'll have to see the moveset. It is looking to be Surf and Shadow Ball. Now, both of these trainers are only doing neutral damage to each other, but they do get to the Shadow Ball first.
Yeah, and Caleb is not joking around here. He's going straight for that Shadow Ball, and it is not shielded by Will.
Speedy decided to let it go through. That's a lot of neutral damage, and answering right back here with the Hurricane. Will Caleb decide to shield it? We'll have to find out. No shield. Both Pokemon extremely low now.
Yeah, they're both going to get to this move about the same time, but Jellicent gets to Surf 1 before throwing it. Speediest will have to use his shield if it wants to keep it. But no, he's choosing to let the Pelipper KO, and let's see what he chooses to come in with.
Now this is going to be a very good setup right here. I don't think he's going to be able to Surf in time, but ultimately he has Frostlass ready to go now. No, he's bringing in the Bastion, the defensive option, reading that there is going to be a hard counter in the back, and we do see a swap out into defense for him. Deoxys and the Frostlass now going to be coming right in, but look at the moveset we were talking about earlier. It does have Psycho Boost and Rock Slide.
It does. It looks like Speedy's got a little bit of an energy advantage there, but they're going to play this out. Going for that Rock Slide, and Caleb is forced to shield this up because it will do heavy, effective damage against it. But you know what? The Shadow Ball here is no joke against the defense Deoxys either. Reaching an Avalanche right before the next target goes off.
I like this play by Caleb. Going straight for Avalanche. It does a lot of neutral damage in the matchup, and it's going to be forcing shield because of the pressure from Shadow Ball. And I think they can survive a Rock Slide right here, but he's deciding to double shield it, try to apply more pressure, and maybe get this defense form Deoxys out of there, so it's just Bastiodon versus the Zavalios.
Yes, charging up a little bit more. The Frostlass has one of the highest attacks, so it will most likely always win charge move priority here. Going for another Avalanche and getting that last shield as well from the defense Deoxys.
Switch Clock coming back up. You gotta be ready. We do see the counter swap to throw the Dark Pulse right here. This might just be enough to KO.
This is a really good move by Speedy here as well. Now he still has a little bit left on that defense Deoxys, and basically a full health twice against a full health Bastiodon. Now the Dragon Breaths aren't going to be very effective here, but none of the moves that are going to be thrown are actually that effective either.
Tell you what, this is exactly why I'm rooting for Team Caleb, because he is in a position now to fully farm down. Defense form Deoxys isn't going to be able to do a lot of damage on the back end here against Bastiodon, so having the energy on the back end from farming down this Valuos is gonna, I think, secure the victory here.
It could, but it's gonna be pretty close. It's gonna be hard to tell for sure. These Dark Pulses are a heavy hitting move. Will he be able to get to another one? He might be able to before he gets farmed out. No,
it goes down. Now it's defense form Deoxys versus the Bastion. Tank versus tank, but only resistant move. There's no Thunderbolt here, so Bastiodon, this might heal it.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing for the defense Deoxys here is that counter as the fast move, but it's so low anyway that this Stone Edge, it's going to be doing a lot of damage to the Deoxys as well. This is coming down to the wire.
And this looks like the Stone Edge might just be an KO, and it does. Caleb tanking game one. And I think right there, that was a fantastic read that we had from bringing the Bastiodon in this Wylos. You could choose to bring the Frostlass in with super effective damage, but knowing that Speedy would have to have an answer for Bastiodon, it's better to bring in that defensive option. I think if you're Team Speedy right now, you need to bring two good answers. The Pelipper, somewhat of a pseudo answer with the Weather Ball, but ultimately, I think we might see, instead of Pelipper, we might see that Gliscor. I think the Earthquake is something that has to be expected, and we're getting right into game two.
Yeah, let's see if your predictions are correct. This is a great call by Speedy here with the Deoxys into the Bastiodon. We did see the Bastiodon take it out last time, but immediate swap to that Frostlass met by the Pelipper. Now, like you said, these Weather Balls are going to be doing a decent amount of damage to the Frostlass. Frostlass charging up a ton of energy now before releasing its first Avalanche.
Pelipper and Frostlass seem to be staying in these battles against each other as they do so much neutral damage. Now, it's going to be a matter of who wants to give up the shields, who wants to take switch. If you're on Caleb's side, I think energy might be a bit more of a play. It's exactly what we're seeing here. Let the Hurricane go through. Come in with Bastiodon and load up on energy because Jellicent here might just be able to sweep. Look at that back end. Gliscor and defense form Deoxys. Again, Speedy needed to bring the Gliscor to have those options with the Earthquake. But if you have the Jellicent here with Surf and Shadow Ball, I think that might just be a good game once again.
We have to remember, too, this is most likely an XL Bastiodon, which can tank 3 Weather Balls. And Speedy didn't even have 3 stored up yet because he used a lot of energy in the Frostlass matchup. But even still, look, that Bastiodon is down to lower than half health. He's going to be able to get to another one. No! Fainting right before the next Weather Ball goes off.
Here comes the full, and we see the counter swap now into Jellicent. Defense form Deoxys is deciding to stay in, and this is now Caleb. You can see him thinking. He's like, he's staying in, he's throwing a charge move. We're gonna go ahead and respect. We haven't seen the Thunderbolt yet, but it is just gonna be a Psycho Boost. And now he's gotta know there's something in the back weak, and it is gonna be that glide score. And this is why Surf is just so nice in these situations. This is super effective damage, very spammy with that Hex fast move, and we're gonna see that first charge move go through, hoping for a Bubble Beam, but no, Speedy, it is gonna be the Surf.
He's going to retaliate with a super effective move of his own here, going for this Night Slash, maybe fishing for that Night Slash boost as well, which would definitely help him out in this scenario. The first one going through for Caleb here. Will he be able to get to another one? No, throwing it right before the Surf goes through.
Yeah, now if you're Caleb right now, you got to shield this, and you got to try to commit to that hard farm down because you then could throw back-to-back Shadow Balls. Well, not necessarily back-to-back, but one fast move after. But he's committing to the full farm down, and that is looking to be the play, and he gets it!
This is 2 times in a row that
Here we
Caleb
go.
is able to do this. Will Speedy be able to call this Shadow Ball? He's got to let one go through anyway. He doesn't.
The Shadow Ball does connect for an incredible amount of super effective damage, and the Surf right after now, and Bastiodon is smiling in the back, knowing that he can take down the defense form Deoxys here with its fast moves to Smackdown. And he has a charge floated counter swap right away. Speedy! Can't believe it as Caleb smiling like, what did you expect? I'm Bastion player. Good game! Oh, the undercharge! Oh, man!
Oh, the disrespect.
You know what I love there is the showmanship that they're laughing and having a good time up there. But ultimately, we saw the adjustment that Speedy needed to do. He needed to bring the glide score in order to have more pressure while still being able to handle something like Frostlass or Jellicent.